Nade stack. You look at top banana as a key kind of pivotal position on the T side of things. When we see Fierce on that portion of the map, when we see them in that second half, I do expect that we'll see significant damage, if not even just straight out kills coming out from the grenades.
So, this is your final. This is the final map. Inferno is underway. Pistol round with the CT side of Fierce as expected. Yet to find anything right now. BuzzKill, get a little aggressive towards Banana. Fairly basic setups. Minimal utility coming on through for the BuzzKill side. A single smoke and a single flash onto Mighty Max. Here comes Fry. Taps out one, but isn't able to... Hello? Isn't able to do much. Luzza takes down Astro. Now we're looking for a little bit more.
Well, still trying to push back in towards the site. For now, it's BuzzKill's territory. It's their domain. They need to crack a way into this. There is a kit available. It has to be picked up en route towards the site. And as of right now, BuzzKill are still holding these post plants, ever passive, not giving Impulse the opportunity to find this opening kill. Instead, Jenko that gets the first. It's answered right back on the BuzzKill side, and they get both the kills they need to. Dealt with at the end, it's Fierce that aren't able to get their way back in towards the bomb site, and so BuzzKill take the opening pistol round of our final game.
As expected, BuzzKill with the pure momentum carried on through the train. Ball boy coming on through for BuzzKill in round number 2. Of course, with the bomb getting planted, does give them enough money to be able to deal damage downrange. Fierce. Holding on the defense on B site. Kind of banking everything on this. Deagles across the board. They're looking for some miracles and a lot of utility as well.
Yeah. They've got these smokes to try and delay if it does end up being a side execute. They can even alleviate the pressure of the Molotovs as well by deploying some of these. In fact, Fry will be forced to do so. But BuzzKill aren't accelerating. They're looking to still find out whether it's going to be a full-on stack from this Fierce side. Of course, there is one more player in position, but otherwise just a 3-2 between the two sites.
Yeah, not much information gained from BuzzKill as of yet.
And I think they're hoping for that same sort of late round play from Fierce. We saw it very early, implemented very early on in their CT side. We saw it in the pistol. So for now, they simply sit. They wait for Fierce to make the first move, but now they re-hit in towards B.
There's your first hit. Astro, Deagle to be able to take down Thomas. I'm looking for a little bit more there as well. Impulse, there you go. Acting directly on Impulse as he's able to dig down 2. And now it's Luzza in a 1 versus 3. He has the Krieg available. He's going to be able to deal a little bit more damage at range than what we're going to be seeing from these Deagles. Fully automatic definitely helps out as well. 1 down, looking for the second. Jenko was the first one to die, but now it's going to be Impulse who finishes up the round. And that is a great round for Fierce to win. And it all kind of came from that initial Deagle kill coming free from Astro.
Yeah, after the fact, it's Impulse that really does significant work on the boost. That additional player in towards the B bomb site makes all the difference. Stays alive, gets his hands on an AK as well to walk away with the round. 3 kills for him. We touched on him being a little bit, relatively quiet throughout this entire series, missing a lot of opportunities over on train, but may have been sparing his energies, kicking himself into a different gear to end the final map of this series. 3 kills to start things off. That is a great way to build momentum, get the confidence flowing as well. The BuzzKill have bought back into things. The AKs are out in a couple of these players. The SG for Thomas.
Thomas with the Krieg and the AK.
It seems like BuzzKill is still kind of undecided as well.
Yeah, they don't know what they want to do right now. It's very much up in the air. I think, yes, by all means, they could decide for this A push, or maybe they can loop back round on B. But it looks like with utility now being committed, it is going to be that A push. Up through mid. Astro, ready and waiting on the corner. Mighty Max, just with Deagle in hand, not going to be able to connect anything this time.
They're trusting Fry to just lock everything down over at B with just an SMG. With 4 players over on the A site, I mean, BuzzKill have picked the right bomb site, the weaker of the two.
Yeah, they are now going to begin looping back round. I can't say I'm particularly surprised about. A little bit of a bait towards A, and now heading around towards the B site. Here comes utility, and the call's been made. Rotations are going to start coming on through, but Fry, even though he only has that SMG, he's able to take down 3, potentially 4, but no, that is going to go to the way of BuzzKill. Astro guillotined as he gets taken down, Impulse taken out too.
Yeah, a great round there from the side of Fierce. Although that's just the one player, just the SMG, they called the rotation early enough, and I suppose BuzzKill really not pulling the trigger on that hit fast enough to exploit the singular player. By the time they got there, the Astra was in position. And so BuzzKill do get shut down, now onto just the pistols. A couple of upgraded ones darted into the mix, and Jenko does spot them out towards second middle. That information goes a long way. He can back himself out of the apartments. And looking to get aggressive towards bottom B.
Very aggressive. I mean, I know you've just done an amazing job with that MP9, but let's not get a little bit too overzealous right now. It is only pistols to kind of cope with for BuzzKill, for Fierce. Now you've got those fully automatics. Impulse had a better start to this game than he did in train. He's going to be able to continue this momentum. Has the AWP in hand. Misses that first shot, but is picked up by Honest. And now here it is. Impulse picking up 2 lovely kills, traded back by Thomas, and taps inside of mid. P250 not gonna finish the job as Thomas does get taken down by the AK. Third round going to the way of Fierce, and this is starting to look more like it.
Yeah, this is more in line with what you expect to see from the individuals on the side of Fierce. Impulse already up to 7 frags, tied for that for most of the half in the previous map. Definitely coming into play, definitely coming in to have a bit more impact. He'll know as well that the leverage that he has on that AWP just wasn't felt on his previous maps in the series, but still, it's going to be BuzzKill that open up the round. It's Artis in towards the apartments and gets taken down, and Pulse as well will capitalize on spacing. Jenko tried to reaggress, tried to take space right back for the CT side, and that just cascades things more into the control of BuzzKill.
Impulse pushing. Shotgun in his hand. No scoped Pulse. About to swing the momentum back in BuzzKill's favor. Sorry, Fierce's favor. Spray coming on through now for Astro. Takes down 1, but it's Marty Max on the retaliation. Fry in a 1 versus 3. Now, he's done a good job at doing this in the past, but not on a retake. Gonna have to re-smoke it. He's taken a lot of damage from Pit. I think he might have to cut his losses here. He is able to cross over, so yeah, that's him going to be able to save that. And it's not like Fierce are in a terrible spot economically anyway. They're going to be able to provide a full buy for everyone in the next round, but it's always nice to be able to take that through, and he doesn't have to repurchase head armor as well. So, round number 5 is going to go to the way of BuzzKill. 3-2. They're very much not out of this yet.
Yeah, great effort there from Impulse to even consider re-aggressing into the apartments. You saw Jenko do that a second ago, and you're just like, you know what, I'll try my hand. And the AWP works very well, at least for the initial pick. Of course, a little bit of trivia. Impulse, of course, previously playing with Pulse on a roster. Made it very confusing to cast the games, because you'd say somebody's got it in, and it's Pulse, but it's Impulse. You know, they're just on the same. It was not a good time. It's not a good time. I don't know if that's trivia or me just venting.
Did you say got it in as in someone's been killed?
Well, you know,
got it in?
They cracked in towards the bomb site. You know,
oh, okay. Cracked in.
Along those lines.
Oh, God. Thomas just
headbutts the Molotov.
Usually you chuck a smoke down to stop it from bouncing, but nope, just headbutt it. Would have expected more headbutting from Zio as he was running the Ziodine Zidane.
Oy.
Dude, it was like over a decade.
I know. Too soon.
Too soon.
Still a narrow advantage being held by Fierce, at least in the round, still won. apartments control taken by BuzzKill, as well as a bit of presence made over towards Banana. Fierce are sitting on the bomb site, so they're not too concerned about giving this control up. They've got a bit more pressure instead towards this short position.
I think that's what they really need to do, is just provide pressure onto Fierce. And see, it throws Artist completely off. Solcas, great accuracy to be able to take him down. And now in a 5 versus 4, BuzzKill going to look to begin pushing directly onto the site.
Still not actually accelerating. They have this player lurking out of his way in library, and they're just waiting for him to get into position. Try and find a backstab. There it is. Max finally pulls the trigger, but Impulse still holds from the graveyard, trying to put some in the grave, but only the one is what he's good for. And the Fierce players, they haven't been able to get a rotation going. They didn't really have the idea that it was going to be a full A-site commitment, and so all they can do is save.
We had to save last round from Fry, but it looks like he is actually going to have to do it this time. Only 200 in the bank. Man is running poor. People have not paid his invoices. He needs to help out with the rest of his team. And we are most likely, yeah, everyone's skint on Fierce. They need to save these. If they lose these, this makes the next round even more rough than it's going to be anyway. But BuzzKill, they've secured a third. We're at level playing fields now. 3-3 as round number 7 is about to get underway.
Yeah, initially a pretty good start once they got onto proper rifles, but now BuzzKill answering back in a pretty significant way, and they could actually be tempted into a buy here. It'd be a bit surprising to see so, considering they can get a strong enough buy in the following round. Astro as well could buy up an AWP for the side, so keeping themselves at around 2K, a couple pistols dropped over as well to make the defense slightly stronger. We'll see if Fry and Astro can lock things down. They are still trusted with the B bomb site, because if it does end up being another A play, they can save their weapons, but Astro gets aggressive. Thomas taken out of the round very early on, and Astro can just fall away for free.
Got completely bodied. Thomas just falls flat on his face directly onto wood. 5 versus 4 with that initial pick.
And with things being tied up, I mean, BuzzKill need to find a response. They're a man down. They do start to group themselves up in towards the A side, and there is still more players over here, but it is the weaker buy. Just the pistols they have to, that stand in their path, sorry. Of course, Artist could still be a huge nuisance as they drop out from that balcony. Jenko should be able to spot, and you'd expect Artist finish off the job.
On us deployed, taps coming on through from Jenko, and he's been so good with these pistols all day. Maybe he's going to come back alive here. Hidden inside of Pit, isn't going to be able to find much at Artist, but Impulse is going to deal a little more damage down range. Now here comes the fully automatic of Astro, and he's not going to get anything for it. Lazza, 2 op kills to close out the round. 4-3, BuzzKill take the lead.
Considering that was a quick 2 headshot from the USP, that is great job. I mean, that's a great effort from those remaining 3 players on the side of BuzzKill. They sweep everything else under the rug. And just even the sort of bait and switch setup that Fierce tried to run on those pistols, didn't see too much success. BuzzKill read right through it, still full cleared the angles. But now the guns are back out for Fierce. The only one that's skimped for such is Fry. Doesn't even matter, it seems. Pushing aggressively. Max is in front of the smoke, so his teammates can't actually trade things out. So again, this early pressure towards Banana. See success for Fierce.
Not particularly surprised. Fry has been so good with that MP9. I think I'd like to see more of that from him. It's just the almost hyper-aggressive plays coming on through from him, where he can just go on and on and on with rushing people with SMGs, and it clearly works. They have the man advantage now on a full buy round. It seems like he's actually preferring those to the M4s. Round number 8. Only 48 seconds remaining on the clock. And BuzzKill are looking to initiate directly on the B site.
And the CT side don't have any more smokes either, so these the one flash
Not
they
flashes,
have, they'll have to deploy if they want to delay, but they're not even going to get the chance. Astro there with the spray, he gets 2, but it's traded right back. Soulcast with a double kill himself, but the man advantage is held, and they actually find one further. Lazza above the fountain, peeks above the smoke, and he's brought this closer.
Soulcast on 3 HP. He's holding a good angle here. Don't think they're going to expect him. Nope, they are not. He sprays down one. He does a little bit of damage to Joko. Dear Lord, Jenko. Thinking of different players. Yeah, didn't check his back.
Doesn't clear out Laza. That is unfortunate. Ultimately, the Joker Jenko falls flat.
I should have just gone with the fact that maybe I was trying to say Joker instead of just blundering completely. Pistols across the board for Fierce now. 2-round advantage for BuzzKill. They've found their footing at least. Artis only has 1 frag.
I mean, we're seeing a kind of an underperformance from quite a few of the players in the server, players that you wouldn't expect, and it's Thomas that gets bodied once more towards the B site. We've seen Max get taken down. We've seen Thomas a number of times as well. Just as we're talking about players you expect to be performing, we've harped on it quite a lot, how Thomas is just such a notoriously aggressive fragger and just so consistent. Not quite putting up the same numbers that you'd expect, but still BuzzKill have a bit of an edge.
Seems like the kind of stakes are getting to him. He recognizes this is the last game of the final. He doesn't want to do anything too crazy, but that's his playstyle, and he plays it incredibly well. So I don't think that's BM if he does that, and that's kind of the expectation to set with people. That's his playstyle. Similar to how Stewie used to play when he was first in the scene. Astro looking for a couple of deagle shots, and there you go, falling through the air. It's going to be Fry, who does finish the job though. Pulse gets taken down along with Solcas. 5 versus 2 now. Fully automatics versus these pistols. Fry, what is going on, man? Mighty Max isn't going to be able to do it as Artis on the rotation picks up another kill for himself. That's his 2nd of the game so far in Fierce Esports. And then pick up a 4th. Round number 10. Fully automatics across the board for Fierce. A strong majority being pulled over from the previous round.
That's potentially a huge swinging moment. Look at the economy now for the CT side, because they saved so many of those weapons over. They've got primarily T-side weapons, exclusives, in the AKs and SGs. That's what I mean. There's a buffer built on just stealing around like that away. So many deagle kills, and they don't come out clearing the boost either. A small misstep from BuzzKill, that really opens the door for Fierce. Their economy, they can bounce back on moving forward, and actually, forced back by the team flash.
That is actually quite big. Pulse is going to be able to get 1 kill off the secondary flash from Mighty Max. Laza picking up a frag of his own, but Artis and Impulse, well, Impulse picks up a 2nd, now looking for a 3rd, potentially even 4th. Pre-tap to the angle, no one's pushed as of yet, hiding, saving his time, and completely guillotined by Laza. Laza picks up a 2nd, and now Astro on the retake. AK in hand, they might need that buffered money. Moving into round number 11 if this can't pay off.
They may not suspect this angle as well. It's a very fast apartments flank. Oh, they go to clear it. Thomas finds the timing. Wasn't sure that he was going to full clear the angle, but he catches Astro unaware. And BuzzKill, sure, they opened the door, but they shut it right back. A 4th, still... the 4th round for Fierce, still where they sit on that CT side. BuzzKill edging themselves further into the lead, but that money buffer that was built as a result of stealing a round away, that comes into play. The AWP is out on Impulse, the rifles as well. The only one that's down to pistols is Fry.
To be honest with you, he's got a deagle, so that's basically his primary weapon most of the time anyway, so I think he's not really going to complain about that. For all intents and purposes, it's a full buy from Fierce. A couple of diffuse kits available as well, which is always nice to have to be able to split between the 2 sites. Bomb still dropped just at the top of T-spawn ramp. So, no commitment made from BuzzKill, but they've got loads of time to play with. They've got 1 minute and 10 on the clock. Taps coming up through from Solcas just as that smoke dissipates as well. Great knowledge just to be able to hold that angle. Molotov is going to be deployed both ways. Impulse. Taking down Pulse.
The problem is for Fierce is that they've rotated an additional player towards the A site now. There's a smoke there for now, so the timings work out, but Fry is just here with the pistol, so can you rely on him to get these kills?
I believe. Come on, Fry. picks the angle, a lot of damage. Oh, he lines up two! Thomas and Lazaro completely shut down, but there comes and goes Fry as Solcast retaliates. Puts them in a brilliant position now, though, Fierce Esports. 3 players, 3 very strong weapons against the already damaged players of BuzzKill, and that's all from Fry. Pushing now, Solcast towards
this
the
timing,
church, but he's safe for now. Soon to be, Mighty Max's time to shine. Uses the pillar to his advantage, takes down one, looking for a second, but nope, bodied. Here comes Solcast, slow, steady, methodical, rotating. Oh! No patience on this one, no needed either. Artis gets taken down, but from range, the damage was already done. A single bullet from Astro will do it. And a 5th round going to the way of Fierce Esports. And I stand by the fact that Frey's primary weapon is that deagle. That was awesome.
Yeah, getting a few flashbacks. It's Fry with 1 dig instead. He does such great work, spamming the deagle, gets 2 quick headshots, and the main thing, I mean, you play the numbers game, it came down to the 1-on-1, he doesn't get 2 there. BuzzKill maybe take the round win away, but
I think they do. I think if he doesn't get both of them there, like yes, you've dealt a lot of damage, but just that lineup, perfect, and really open up the round for Fierce. So, BuzzKill.
You feel for Soulcast as well, he almost had the play. Certainly had the timings down, but just not able to come out individually. Still moving forward, Fierce are looking to tie things up, but taking apart over towards short. It's Lazo who finds the opening. Impulse to try and compensate. This tag damage is so significant on the BuzzKill players, but still no picks for the CT side. And look at this, at Astro. The aggression in towards the B bomb side. They've spotted him out, however. Again, more damage done, but still no kills.
This, right? Yeah, they're rotating off this. Oh, that is so smart. They picked up the single frag. They know there's potentially only 1 player now towards the B site. Are they double guessing themselves? Because this could go poorly. Fry. MP9. These budget weapons. It's all he needs. He's taken down 1. He's looking for a little bit more as well. Solcast on 18, a single bullet should do it. Close range. Pulse dropped very, very low. This could open it up really, really well for Fierce. 3 versus 2. An AWP. And a Krieg. Double scope weaponry for Fierce. But they're both pushing the same angle. No one from CT.
Yeah, Impulse is slowly working these angles in towards Dark. That's where Max will sit. He's the highest on the side of BuzzKill. There's a Molotov as well for Impulse, so he can certainly flush one out into the open if he suspects they're in these post plants. There it is. He lines it up. Should be able to get this kill. No, Max just narrowly escapes. 14 HP on him, and he doesn't have the information either. If they only knew how low all of these players were on the side of BuzzKill, they might have been incentivized in, but a missed shot, a missed opportunity, Fierce will simply give it up, and so BuzzKill get themselves a 7th.
Pulse dropped to 2 HP. What I think would have been better there is instead of them both pushing from the same angle, just Artists rotating all the way around to CT. They had enough time and then cutting them off, so they die to the bomb no matter what. They know that they've tagged them low, but all 3 players end up surviving while it wouldn't have done much. If you look at the economy on BuzzKill, it would have actually potentially
it would have crippled them.
Ecos. Yeah. Timeout has now been called. Players are working out what they need to do to be able to pull themselves back into this game. We can only assume that this is a Fierce timeout.
Yeah,
7-5.
Fierce have been pretty consistently getting these picks over towards the B bomb side. Like, it's not like they're not getting aggressive, right? They're finding those picks. Thomas has gone down quite a few times. That's part of the reason why he hasn't had the best of showing so far, is because he's been so consistently being taken down in the early stages of the round.
Yeah.
So it's not like Fierce aren't getting those opening opportunities. It's just about converting them into round wins, which we haven't seen so in these last few rounds.
Astro looking to get a little bit aggressive, but isn't able to do much right now as the double Molotov stack. Well, he returns one back as well, and he's looking to be able to pick up Mighty Max with this. Little bit of damage, but it isn't spread. He knows he's there, though. He's read this so well, but Fry not able to deagle this time. Astro does take down one, and no damage on the secondary player. Pulse picks up one of his own as well. Now in a 4 versus 2, this is looking rough for Fierce. They have to split one player between each site at this stage.
Yeah, at this point, you almost want to say just gamble one of the sites, because surely if they go to the opposite bomb site, you can set yourself up for a save so much easier if you're that Fierce side. Impulse still looking for that information. It's all about the timing. The apartment's pressure is certainly there. Boiler as well. The flash does so much as well. Both of the players blind on each side of the coin, but Impulse gets taken down without finding a pick. And that just means Artis completely shut out of the round.
He picks up those 2 frags there. The round has changed.
Yeah.
Artis can rotate and they can potentially win it, but unfortunately just missing them out. That flash was very well timed though. And the fact that they didn't wait, they just rushed. It's like, you know what, okay, it's been flash, rush straight onto the site, like just get out there, and he dodged the bullet. Neo out here. What do Fierce have to do here? Because obviously I know their economy's reset at this stage, but do they just go for these pistols again, like, and just wait for it and try and go aggressive?
Well, the thing is, like, they've certainly come a bit more to play on this map, right? We saw them get completely shut out on train. Now they're getting a bit more individual star power out. Impulse got into a very good start. Fry has had some really impactful rounds as well, some significant multi-heals. We look back at a triple in towards B, the Deagle as well, but then they've kind of slowed down. Again, they are relying on those individuals to get those high impact frags, and if they've been losing some of these opening duels, especially in these last sort of 5 to 6 rounds, and it falls apart from there because they're caught between these two minds of, do we over-rotate towards that other bomb site? Do we try and compensate? Or do we simply let them have that control and just try and hold onto the sites? And they're missing on those opening fights.
I'm liking this from Fierce though. Artis going to be opening up and be able to take down Soulcast as he's caught inside of T mid. Yeah, what I'm liking from Fierce here is the fact that they've stacked up at least one player with Artis, so if he does drop that Krieg, it's very quickly picked back up, and they still have fully automatic weaponry in the round. Dear Lord, Thomas! Can you calm down? Pulse as well. Can you guys just chill for 5 seconds? Taps coming all through from Pulse inside of mid. Opts for the spray instead. A 9th round for BuzzKill as we move into the final round of the first half.
Yeah, and I guess that trend continues in this series. The stronger T-side showings have certainly shined through. BuzzKill proving as such. They're getting so much consistency from the likes of Soulcast. Bluzza, Thomas came online in that round. He's been a bit quiet on this T-side so far.
More nades.
There's the nade stack in towards Banana. Even the follow-up nade to cover the retreat. Oh my days! It's utility galore from BuzzKill that gets the first opening picks. Fierce completely bombarded.
Damage was, of course, traded back. Thomas dropped down to 3 HP with the utility that was used by the Fierce side, but it's nowhere near enough. You don't get any frags off the back of that. Fry and Jenko, their aggressive playstyle finally punished, as it was seeming like BuzzKill was kind of just losing players to that quite a number of times. 5 versus 3. 2 players stacked up towards the B site with a single player holding inside of apartments, that being Artis, ever the lurking player, looking for a little bit more. Doesn't have any real information, can't hear anyone yet, doesn't hear the movement inside of mid. He's got to check his back though.
No.
Don't think he's going to check this, and oh, they haven't spotted him. This timing is perfect. It's only going to be Mighty Max that's going to spot him out, but he picked up a single frag off the back of it. Mighty Max cannot trade it back. A little bit of damage from Artis. Dealt some of the other players as well. Thomas is a single bullet tap away. Fierce. Looking to ensure that double digits are not gained by BuzzKill. The AWP gets dropped. Astro, along with Impulse, they're going to begin pushing now, but they're both pushing together. They're pushing from short. Shot comes on through from Impulse, but you're not going to do much damage through that brick wall. Double digits for BuzzKill, 10-5 as we swap sides.
Yeah, a really long string of rounds. It's just not going to be consecutive from that CT side of Fierce. They couldn't get rounds in a row. They couldn't find that consistency, but BuzzKill, they simply were. They had those individuals that were finding those multi-frags. They were being methodical into the mid-round as well. They didn't simply accelerate off of those 2 picks in towards B. They still approached a different bomb site, and it works out wonderfully for them. Fierce had to overcompensate. They need this pistol now.
That's what I was about to say. Not that they aren't normally, but this pistol round is crucial for both teams. If BuzzKill win this pistol, they potentially just go on to win the game because the momentum from Fierce is just not there. If Fierce win this, this is their only opportunity to kind of get back into this. They're 5 rounds down. BuzzKill only needs 6. Mighty Max, the solo defense for the B site. A couple of players pushing up on Banana, but they've thought against it and began rotating back round towards mid. Fry, slow and steady.
It's the double, it's the crossfire. There's 4 players here.
Bomb hasn't been shown yet, and it doesn't look like they're committing the bomb to the site, at least. Maybe this could be some big bait. No, they're committed to the site. Tap's coming on through. Soulcast. Oh, hello. Takes down one. Luzza takes down another. Thomas one more for himself. There's all 4. Are they going to get the 5th? Yes, they are. Completely thrown off the balcony is Impulse. 11th round for BuzzKill, the pistol, and potentially the series as well, with the momentum that they are now going to gain from winning that. Fully automatics brought up across the board. Fierce are just going to rush as 5 men. They haven't bought anything in this.
Yeah, that was such a smartly called CT pistol from BuzzKill. They meet Fierce head on in towards middle, and they just have so many bodies to throw at it. And Fierce weren't really suspecting it. We talked about it being pivotal for both of these teams, and that's certainly one way to take any doubt out of our minds. BuzzKill are certainly on a roll. We maybe look to get this round over and done with. Objectives changed to just simply getting the bomb planted as opposed to really winning the round.
You can see that's why the bomb is rotated round towards the apartments. Think Fierce are fully committing back on the A site though, instead of like baiting towards B. They know that Thomas is there though. They know that they've got the stack, so they can't really push down Banana. Soulcast holding inside a pit, waiting for a player to just rush him and push him. But, oh, interesting. Okay, they're all going round towards Archers. Luzza looking to be the first point of contact. And that first point of contact, he is going to be. The spray comes on through. He takes down 2. But that is it. He's allowed the rotation. They pushed on through towards CT. Now they're going to rotate all the way around towards the B site. The bomb is on B site, guys. Where are you going? Impulse. Close range angle. PT50. Not able to get anything from it. Fierce. Just get that bomb. Just get that bomb down, Astro.
This is a round of cat and mouse. They've pushed all the way through bottom B and thought they could help reinforce that A site, but instead they just circumvent all of that pressure. Just go through CT spawn. It's just like, oh, there's an open bomb site. Cool.
I think that's the best case scenario for Fierce here, right?
Yeah.
It's just getting that bomb down. Of course, they didn't get any frags at all, dealt some damage downrange. That was basically it. You can't really expect to do much when you know that BuzzKill, the CT side, are gonna have just significantly better weaponry. But now, with that bomb planted and nothing being bought really in that last round, we've got a full buy for Fierce on round number 3.
Yeah, they had the option of getting the op on Impulse as well, but he has been missing shots this series, and I do feel like he's had quite a lot more impact when he's been on those rifles. I mean, to start off the CT side, sure, he had some nice ult plays, but this did seem to falter towards the end.
It was too few and far between, wasn't it? I feel like he's been doing significantly better with the AK and with those rifles you correctly said, so he's sticking with what he likes, at least what's suitable for him right now. 5 versus 5. 1 minute and 30 on the clock. Fierce still undecided of what side of the map they're going to plant their bomb on.
Did BuzzKill have a read here? There's 4 players in towards the A site, and so if Fierce get aggressive, they're going to in for a world of hurt. The crossfire is there again. The double from Luzza. Astro, will he be able to respond? Because as he emerges from here, there's an SMG in towards short. He gets gunned down to low HP.
He needs to just run out of this now. The position's been given up. The SMG can just rush him with no real issue from the CT side. A bomb is looking to go more towards the B site though. Fry and Impulse. They're stacked up, they're ready to go. 45 seconds remaining on the clock as Impulse begins sneaking on forwards. Bombs are going to be deployed, but it's Fry. Opening it up, taking down Luzza. Opens up the side a little bit more. Smoke is there, and finally someone's pre-shooting that angle.
That's all a distraction. I mean, Thomas just springs into action, MP9 in hand. Guns them all from range. Doesn't even matter that the SMG is not quite as good at that distance.
He's aiming it well.
Thomas is proficient. He's had a quiet game. He's had now, that's his second triple kill in the game so far. So half of his frags found in 2 rounds, but they'll take rounds like that every day of the week. BuzzKill are comfortable with this lead, 13-5. Dooley's brought up from Fierce. There's SMG started in the mix. It's a really weird kind of push together buy.
Round 19 is, hey, just chuck money into a pool and buy weapons. Put everything together and just buy what you can, which then would still allow us to be able to get a full buy the round after. It looks so weird watching someone walk around with jewelries. It's such a rare animation you see. Lazza, holding from library with the AWP in hand, as we've come to expect. Deagle shots are raining on through. Solkas, wow, okay, single tap to be able to take down Jenko. That's all that's needed. Fry on the deck as well. No more jewelries for you.
Oh, Artist might have found a timing.
Peekaboo. Knife him. Do it. Do it. Please knife him. Yes.
He's looking
Artist,
for more.
come on.
No, he's greedy. He wants a secondary kill. He wants to find a secondary player. He's not going to ever line up the knife. Instead, he transfers over towards the AWP instead. That really separates this B-side defender, that B-side rotation. Fierce could certainly still double back as well if they find this player in towards CT spawn, but instead they're double committing in towards the plant. Max is still alive and kicking in at Graveyard. That's a critical kill. Pulse, Soulcast, they both answer right back though. Impulse on such low HP on the bomb site. Surely he doesn't come away with this.
Single bullet onto Pulse is all that's required, and he does hit it. Swapping out to the Deagle now, he doesn't have time to reload the primary. Not at least as yet. Hits the first shot, but the wall bang from Soulcast. The damage was already done, and that was all that was required. Impulse taken down, a 14th round to BuzzKill, and they're looking to run away with this now.
And just to put into context, this is not what we would I would have expected coming into this series.
Not at all.
Especially with BuzzKill taking such a convincing win on Train, maybe a convincing win on Inferno as well. There've been quite a few close rounds, but the scoreline is just such a...
It's a different story.
Yeah, it's just such a huge difference.
And speaking about different stories, this is a completely different story to the best of 3 that we saw yesterday between these two teams. We thought it was going to pan out the same way. Yes, of course, the first map not going their way, but okay, you know what? I'm eating my words. Jenko, bring this one back all on yourself. Maybe not. Mighty Max is going to be able to retaliate. Gets legged, dropped down to 6 HP. It's a 4 versus 3 now, with Mighty Max going to be defending the site alone until the rotation comes on through from Thomas. Pulse still going to be holding on that B site, but Bomb for Fierce still dropped at top of T spawn. That's a big cross.
Yeah, they simply wait. Surely BuzzKill try and compensate. Whether it would be in towards short or middle, not quite sure, but Fry is locking things down over at B as well. The information deprivation here for BuzzKill is really what's going to weigh on their minds. They're going to be trapped between the idea that maybe they start grouping up for a B-side execute or they explode on A. Sometimes just a gamble has to be taken.
Thomas, timing so close. Pop flash smoke is going to come through. Spots out the AWP inside of mid, but Impulse is able to connect this time. Pulse and Mighty Max. The last 2 guys remaining for BuzzKill. Mighty Max on 6 HP. It's not looking likely that he gets anything here. But I've seen crazier things. The rotation hasn't come on through from Pulse. Is he just opting to save this? And it's whether or not Mighty Max pick up a kill? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Mighty Max wasn't able to get anything. The AWP is going to be saved due to just economy issues on the BuzzKill side. Soulcast, literally no money available. So, round number 21 is most likely going to be a bit of an eco buy coming on through from BuzzKill. Fierce Esports looking to be able to go up to that 7th round, most likely. We'll just have to wait and see how it pans out.
Yeah, BuzzKill just didn't have the information to even call a rotation. Fierce were deploying all that utility and then radio silence. There was nothing to indicate that the bomb was there, that was the intended target, because Inferno is just a map of that you can exploit those sort of mid-round rotations. And if they really wanted to play it safe, Fierce could technically have gone back towards B.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was the case, though, I mean, flashbacks to like the E-League Major ages ago. Like, he's still on the site. He's done it.
What's going on?
Stewie.
Dude. Boston Major was amazing. Top tier.
Yep. Well, at least they dodged that bullet. They've kept, and they've actually gone around here on this T side. Finally, it happens.
Lazo had an inkling. Yeah, an inkling not to peek that. And I think that's just the respect that he's given to Impulse. He recognises that Impulse, yes, might be having an off day, but is still a very capable AWPer.
Yeah.
He's still better than most other people with the AWP.
Not to mention the previous round, they did get clapped by
completely.
Jenko. Both these teams very familiar with one another, and so the respect is high. It doesn't matter what the lead is. BuzzKill won't want to let Fierce get the opportunity or way back into this game. They have this within their grasp. Such a huge round lead ahead of them. But Fierce are slowly working in towards the A site. This is the weaker of the two here from BuzzKill. Over at the B side of things, Luzza's activated things with the ult, but that may push Fierce forward.
Rotation has now come on out for a single player as they begin holding arches. They have a load of information to play with here, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to gain much. Luzza smoked off. Going to be able to rotate background towards Library. Also smoked off. Grenade quite close. Is that going to deal a lot of damage? Mainly only to Wildest. Eagle in hand for Soulcast, looking for something, anything, nothing right now. Oh, maybe not. Picks up a kill onto Wildest, looking for a little bit more as well. Close range from Impulse, but dear Lord, man, you don't need your AWP. Just stick with your P250. It's taken down 2, and he's gained complete site control. 3 versus 2 now with the man advantage going to the way of BuzzKill. Luzza, oh, shut down by Impulse as the elevation helps on out for the T-sided player. He's taken down 2, and now he's looking for the 3rd in the form of Thomas.
Yes, could be the ace converted here from Impulse on the AWP. He's been quiet this series, but now he's certainly coming online. This round is his and his alone. He wants to take this further forward, bring Fierce a lifeline, extend it as well. And Thomas just seeks to not only shut him down, as well as take that AWP out of his hands, do some damage to that Fierce esports economy. He succeeds in doing so.
That was actually pretty damn good from Thomas. Of course, I feel like he appreciated and expected the explosion, moved it around, which is unfortunate.
Well, actually, I don't think it actually moved it that much. That's why it was surprising.
Okay, did he think that it would have been
he thought it went right past him, and it was instead right where they left it.
14-7. Only 7 rounds in this now with Fierce Esports. Looking to claw themselves back into this game with another pistol round for BuzzKill. Only Thomas on that saved Krieg. Does put them in an okay position. Definitely not the most advantageous one, but
so many players committed just to take top banana control here for Fierce. The other side of things, it's relying on Pulse, getting a couple of kills here.
Taps.
That's an easy kill. The SG, we talked about that headshot potential, just how strong it is with the scope.
I just can only see the head in that sort of position as well.
Precisely.
Astro out in the open here with a boost onto the wall, but is ready and waiting, checking for shadows right now.
Yeah, BuzzKill aren't committing to this.
No,
they simply want to protect the VIP in Thomas. Get down, Mr. President. Should be able to get away with that one as well, because BuzzKill have set up these small wards, these warning letters. But Thomas does go down, so never mind.
Try and regain that Krieg, but no. Full control from Fierce. The bomb is going to go off. They say nothing from this round as Soulcast looked to deal damage, if that, but unfortunately just too slow. Didn't want to give away his position. 14-8 now. Fierce Esports just a couple of rounds away from moving into double digits, and this is more of what we expected to see. A full buy going to be coming on through from BuzzKill now as they recognise that Fierce are gaining momentum. They're gaining a little bit too much speed. We need to shut this down. BuzzKill not able to get to that match point. Why have you done that, Lazar?
I think that was his chicken as well. It was following him.
What is wrong with him? Don't befriend a chicken, then knife it.
Well, he's befriended the bees instead.
They fall under the same category, bees and chickens.
Not quite. They both have wings, though. Flashing towards the archers. Luzza does get forced back, but actually still taking those fights. Trapped between two ideas. He actually thinks it's the flash, but so much damage done onto Jenko as well. He gets away with a slither of health. Luzza as well.
Going to have to gain so much. Oh, he spots the leg. He sees him, right? Yeah, he does. He sees the leg, and he's going to begin tapping it. And oh, great transfer to the head of Mighty Max. And that's unfortunate. Little pixels. That's all that's required. Try. Up inside of mid. Taken down Pulse. Thomas retaliates fairly quickly.
Still a back and forth exchange, and I think they've read into the fact that BuzzKill have over rotated towards the B or towards the A bomb site. So Thomas has to Thunderfoot his way over, try and beat them on the timing. But he's low HP. Yeah, Fry has him dead to rights. He survives on 2 HP himself.
That's unlucky.
Slim margins, but they hold a man advantage. Fierce continue on this run. 4 rounds now in a row as Soulcast looks to save. And BuzzKill, they have gotten close. Not quite close enough to feel comfortable yet. Not a guarantee of overtime either. Fierce could certainly come back into this. All the players more than capable. And we have harped on Impulse not having the strongest showing. Seems to be doing exactly that for Fierce as of right now. 21 kills for the side. Meanwhile, the other side of the coin is, I believe, Soulcast and Luzza that lead the way for the BuzzKill.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he had 2 HP and he wasn't being too cautious. Fry did go down to the bomb after it had gone off.
Yeah, Luzza and Soulcast. Touching distance, 24, 23 kills respectively. Definitely pulling their own weight.
And it's so strange to see the contrast between Jenko on map number 1 and Jenko on map 2 and 3. So far only 7 kills. He was so dominant on Vertigo. Luzza, guess it's an opening pick with the AWP. That's the impact that can have, saving that over. Continues his good stead. BuzzKill have an advantage to work with. Luzza's being trusted to just be a nuisance over at A. Continue to cycle between all the different angles that he can take. Force them or maybe funnel them into the stack.
Luzza, aggressive with York, is going to be able to take down one in the form of Fry. Is it going to be worthwhile, though? Because he does get traded back. The full rotation having now to come through from BuzzKill. There's no real weapons in this round, but they do have the man advantage. Bomb is being planted on the A site. Triple stack. Inside of mid. Soon to be a quad. Or not. Let's have the rotation round towards apartments. Is going to be more favourable for Mighty Max. Pistol shots. They do rain on out. Nothing really connected as of yet. Taps coming on through from Astro. Doesn't deal much damage downrange. Pop flash comes on through from both sides, actually. Now here comes the spray. Mighty Max with a picked up 3. He takes down 1. He's looking for a second. Isn't able to capitalise. Here comes Honest, though. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do much else.
No kit.
But no kit.
Oh, it gets so
unfortunate.
Close. I think the timing was almost there as well, but they realized that it was just a little bit too far gone. I think that was like a second or 2 over that they just couldn't get on the defuse fast enough.
Fierce. 10th round for them. They move into double digits as they show that their T side is significantly more dominant than their CT. But BuzzKill having some of the similar issues that Fierce were.
Yeah.
Where CT just doesn't seem to be working. The offensive nature, the aggressive nature of Fierce, just a little bit too strong for them.
Yeah, both sides really struggling. It's happened throughout the series so far. Map 3, no exception.
Just do it for the wall, Pulse. Go on, you know you want to. You spotted out 1. You know there's 2 players there now.
Even just spam him because he gets the information that Pulse is holding the angle, so Pulse is forced back. Good relay of information on the side of Fierce. And again, they seem to be more so favoring this A site. A few more options open up if you're able to establish brackets control, maybe even force that Archers player back.
Nice Molotov usage to be able to push back Astro, and I believe, yeah, no damage taken, so nothing will be heard. Just zoning for the time being. Still a 5 versus 5. Pulse, of course, taking a little bit of damage from the wall bang earlier, but for now, he is going to be okay. He's pulling back all the way around, actually. Doesn't want to cross over past Jenny, but that'll be good for now. Stacking on top of coffins, just ready and waiting as he deploys the smoke. Thomas looking to do the same.
That smoke timing is really, really good because by the time it dissipates, BuzzKill will, or Fierce will only have maybe 20 seconds to get onto towards this bomb site, but it's actually a bait and switch. They go for the full execute. They're actually making the long rotation. They rely so heavily to get these entries. Artist misses his opportunity. They're trying to gun him down. Every kill matters. Every kill will delay the plant here from Fierce, but Soulcast cannot prevent it. They've moved away from the site. They lose that anchorage, and so BuzzKill get completely bamboozled. They think it's going to be B. Instead, it's the A site aggression. And Fierce continuing to string these rounds together on the T side of things.
And once again, BuzzKill reset. Look at the economy. Players just don't have money. Yes, of course, loss bonus comes into play, but is it going to be enough for them to be able to have a buy that they're comfortable with? I don't think so. Of course, there are going to be a couple of drops here from Pulse and Luzza, but it's still not going to put everyone in a decent spot.
Yeah, they're likely to have an SMG, maybe a pistol involved, but do you take that risk? Do you instead rely on the rifles? Like, they'll have enough cash to buy into this. Like you said, a couple weapons likely dropped over. Pulse and Thomas can certainly do so. Thomas instead opts for the utility. And okay, they're going for the double up setup instead. It's a very big commitment. They had the cash to play with, but this could very well be a situation in which Fierce get ever closer to tying up this game.
This is a very, like you said, a very big commitment from BuzzKill. If they don't win this round, then Fierce have a huge opportunity to be able to come back and potentially bring us level, because money will be a huge, huge issue. Grenade going to be deployed directly on top of Pulse. He's only going to drop down 68 HP. Astro, lurking inside of apartments. For now, he's going to be safe. Still 5 versus 5. Damage dealt on both sides of the playing forces. Smoke going to be deployed. A little bit of a gap in the left-hand side.
That's a really awkward smoke. It's so far forward into the site that if Fierce were just sitting behind it...
Wait, did Pulse do that on purpose?
I'm not even sure anymore.
Because it seemed like he went straight for the angle.
Yeah. Seemed very prepared. And they make this heavy commitment to the double up setup, but they're just leaving Pulse on the site. By the time that he's called the rotations, it's far too late. He has to hit these shots, but he's flashed up. The entry is there. BuzzKill really gambling on it being an A-site play, but Fierce instead just picked the weaker of the two bomb sites.
Saving 4 players.
Yeah.
They're not even committing to this, and they recognize that they have to do this. They're going to have a buy next round if they do this, but this is literally their only option. Another AWP going to be picked up by Fierce. Astro's going to be able to take that through. Potentially not. But it's picked up, and they know it's there for now. If they want to take the double AWP setup through to round number 27. Fierce, 12 rounds under their belt now to BuzzKill's 14. How many rounds now has it been since BuzzKill have won?
It has been... Let's just say, I mean, all I've got is it has been a while. That is 6 in a row, now 7 for Fierce. That's not what you like to see.
No, not at all.
I mean, Fierce have been playing very well in the mid-round, though. They've been making some really sound calls. They've been moving around the rotations of the CT side as well. But, I mean, just that round in isolation, why have BuzzKill overcommitted 4 players there? Usually when you're doing something like that, you have the ult posted on a much further angle, kind of in line with that barrel's position at Banana, so that if you get any pressure, you can call 1 more player over, potentially 2, just so that the site take isn't just a complete stampede. They didn't even have that. Pulse was just sitting at the back of the bomb site.
This continues as completely BuzzKill's game to lose. They are throwing this away. They can't close it out. It's Fierce. Stacked up in apartments. Spray coming off through the Soulcast. A lot of damage dealt, but no frags with the exception of Mighty Max. Takes down 2 with the FAMAS at range. Thomas gonna be spraying through the smoke. A lot of damage dealt to Astro, but no frags as of yet. The reload comes on through. Now a 2 versus 3. They have to commit here. You can't save 3 rounds in a row. Maybe they're going to have to.
Yeah, that is 8 in a row now for Fierce.
Yeah, it'll be 8 in a row. BuzzKill just...
And it was such a dominant display to start things off, but
it looked like it was going to be a quick game.
Yeah. And this goes back to what we were saying about the fact that these T sides have just been so much better from both these sides. Fierce are just... Well, it almost seems like they're toying with BuzzKill the way they're pushing and pulling on these rotations, and BuzzKill just don't get the opportunities to strike. We thought the issues lie with the CT side of Fierce, but no, the T side's just so much stronger from both sides.
That's not terrible for Thomas. Does take down Astro, but look at the money on Fierce. The team money was 40k at the beginning of this half. That is madness. 13-14. There is 1 round between them. We are on round 28. BuzzKill, they've taken a game to overtime against Fierce before. That was yesterday. Didn't work out too well, let's put it that way. Went to OT2. They ended up losing on Mirage. Are we going to be seeing a similar sort of thing on Inferno? Luzza falls fairly early on to the hands of Impulse's AWP. Krieg's across the board for Fierce. They opted for the more scoped lineup instead of the basic AKs, but they got the money to play with, so why not?
I mean, there's so many rounds consecutively as well. You could maybe understand that BuzzKill have to make some sort of a change, some sort of a play in regards to this, and the play is that they're stacking up in towards the A site. Again, they're really gambling that Fierce are going to go in this direction, but for now, it doesn't seem like Fierce have set their sights on that as a target. They're grouping themselves up towards B. Impulse still holds the bomb, the mid as well, into with that AWP.
One player on B site once again.
Yeah.
Looks like a rotation is going to come on through, but oh, they're undecided yet. Fierce Esports. They want to go A. They feel like they've got enough information, but no, it is going to be the commitment towards the B-bomb site. 5 versus 4, utility going to be deployed, and here's the big rotation by BuzzKill. They've read this so well, but look at the setup. Is it a double bait? No, it's not. They are actually going onto the site this time, or are they? They've got 20 seconds. No, they're rotating back to A site. Thomas, he's been able to take down Jenko, but that is it. The big rotation. Fry takes down Soulcast. The rotation is going to come back on through, but Moneymax, no, they're calling it again. They're saving. We are level in the final map of the grand finals. 14-14. The 3 BuzzKill players running for the hills.
And Fierce are just masterminding this T side. They just keep going back and forth between 2 ideas. They have us confused, let alone BuzzKill, who don't have that top-down view. They can't see all that information. They just keep going back and forth, and BuzzKill can't get a read. They can't even, when they're at this man disadvantage, make a successful gamble. Every time they've tried to stack a site, Fierce go the other way.
BuzzKill need a timeout. They need to recoup. This is 10 rounds in a row, I think.
9
rounds in a row, potentially attempt to take it to map point. We are going all 30 rounds. This has gone the long haul. Could potentially go longer if we go to OT. 2 rounds in this for either sides. Timeout not being called, which is a really interesting play from BuzzKill. Something they're doing is not working. Anything they're doing is not working, so they need to change it up. A timeout for 30 seconds could really help. Let's see how this opens up. Luzza not peeking wide. Doesn't want to get picked off by the AWP. Tries the blind shot, but does miss. Nobody home.
A slow approach towards top banana from both sides. Not overcommitting. Maybe that's where the adaptations lie. Would BuzzKill have put more emphasis on it? Fierce didn't want to walk into that as a trap. But really, just BuzzKill sitting back on these sites once more. Giving up so much control to the T side because they've lost in those early engagements earlier on.
Here comes Astro.
Stampede out. There's the waterfall play, just creating space, but BuzzKill are locking it down. Soulcast has gotten 2. Astro is stagnated on the push. The Molotovs as well are everywhere in towards short. They cannot progress. They're burnt to half HP on both the remaining players. This is the best looking round that BuzzKill have had in such a long time. They may just be able to bring this forward. They might just be able to get to a 15th before their opposition, but still they use delay tactics.
Wow, through the smoke, Thomas takes down Fry, and, well, with the bomb still in hand, Impulse can get this planted, but the rotation is so quick. Who's going to reach the site first? I think it's going to be so close. It looks like Pulse is going to be able to get it set up, or not. No, where is this rotation coming from? Impulse needs to get this planted. If he gets this planted, he has the opportunity here, because it's all going to be 1 versus 1s. Close angle. Who's the better AWPer? Let's find out. Pulse or Impulse? The 2 comrades of similar names. He misses the first shot, swaps out to 50-50, he picks it up. Impulse now, looking for a little bit more. Gotta go through the coffins. Is he going to be able to connect onto anything? Not right now. Misses the secondary shot. Misses the no-scope as well. Mighty Max on the bomb. It's 15 rounds to BuzzKill. 14 rounds to Fierce. Match and series grand final points for BuzzKill. They are back after 9 rounds back-to-back of losing. Are they going to be able to close it out in the 30th round? Or are Fierce Esports going to take us to OT? The round quickly starting. Everyone has money. Everyone's starting. Everything is going on about this. Luzza inside a mid, looking for that AWP frag. Almost takes some damage directly from that Krieg.
Oh my days. BuzzKill has such a strong lead coming into this. They just as soon as that is threatened, they push again ahead. Fierce, can you answer right back? Can you find and tone into that mastermind level play? The rotations were perfect throughout this entire T-side half. Is that enough? Can BuzzKill push it forward? Luzza opens up the round. The tiny crack Pete exploited.
Astro, holding inside of apps. Doesn't look like any fancy plays right now. This is just going to be a standard A execute. Something that we haven't seen for a very long time for Fierce. Close range for Mighty Max. All of this falls on his shoulders. They haven't checked it. No one's checked the angle. He's sprayed down 1. He's sprayed down 2. He's sprayed down 3. This is all on Mighty Max. This is Astro, the last guy remaining for Fierce. Is he going to be able to clutch this out? It's not looking like it. Very close range. Gets taken down. BuzzKill win. Epic 28 CSGO. Oh my God.
What a way to close it out as well. Max, the one uncleared angle. Fierce have been doing so well. They clear so much. They're meticulous in their process, but they take a gamble. They think there's no way. He's not going to be in that position. They don't even have that in their mind, and that's where Max strikes.
That was mad. How do they not check that, though? They've been doing that the entire game, mollying it when needed, but a minor slip-up. They tried something different, a standard A execute that wasn't very standard and didn't really work out.